our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor.
Darkest Dungeon is a crowdfunded project by Red Hook Studios and is already considered a highly successful title, even though it is still in early access on Steam. The game is a dark fantasy roguelike that punishes the player at every possible corner. Although the game is very difficult, it is also very fair. Being that this game is a roguelike, permadeath is obviously a prominent feature. It is a single-player experience with no announced plans for multiplayer, although it was a stretch goal on their Kickstarter at one point in time. Currently, Darkest Dungeon is only planned for a PC release, and without saying too much more, let's dive into the key features of what makes this game unique. The game opens up with a strong narrative and continues throughout each dungeon crawled. Although the game has a distinct storytelling element to the game, you never feel that the story is the star. However, delivery of the narration is exceptionally well and done even as combat has taken place. I believe the narrator is the former caretaker of this state, where essentially the demons were released. The voiceover actor who plays the narrator deserves a trophy. It is eerie, dark, and brutally honest at all times.
In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of Antium.
Combat is turn-based and highly strategic. Each character has abilities they can execute during battle, which can be expanded and customized as you progress through the game. Each ability has two positioning factors. The first one on the left denotes where the character has to be in your party to use the ability, and the second one states where the abilities can be cast and if it affects multiple targets. A lot of the abilities have secondary effects, which must be considered before you use them, as they can sway the battle either in your favor or the enemy's favor.
This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
When the game is released, no longer in early access, you can expect to have at least 15 playable character classes. At the time being, there are only 10 playable classes. The unique art style helps set the tone for the game, and each character is well detailed. These are not placeholder graphics. The paper cutout style is very reminiscent of pop-up books from my childhood, however, obviously lacking the pastel colors. This game also boasts over 100 unique items that can be equipped to your characters. These items almost always have a positive and a negative trait, both associated to them.
Reeling, about to break.
The real breadwinner for this game, and what makes it unique in a sea of roguelikes, are how your characters have personalities that develop throughout the whole game, or at least until they die. Sticks and stones may break your party members' bones, but words will crush their sanity. If a party member is screaming, "Game over, man, game over!" it tends to impact the rest of the party by hurting their sanity. Attitudes are contagious. Your heroes will also develop afflictions over time, which essentially alter the way your character plays. This could be bad, it could be good. One said trait, demonphilia, or something amongst those lines, convinced my character he was possessed by demons. Afflictions can be inherited from certain interactions within the dungeon or at the end of each dungeon/quest. Have no fear, because at the end of the day, you can always send your heroes on a vacation to help them unwind. Like I said earlier, this game is hard, but fair. Push your hero too hard, and he just might have to be sent to the sanitarium, or die even.
A wise general cuts losses and regroups.
The game has its merits. While there have been many entries into the genre, Darkest Dungeon manages to be unique and able to stand on its own 2 feet. Keep in mind this is in early access and can currently be purchased for $19.99. It is easy to pick up and play, but hard to master. This makes for a good game that can be engaged whenever you want for either quick or long play sessions. Sometimes the game can seem to be too brutal and doesn't have a hugely detailed tutorial. Quite literally, one of my heroes died before I even reached the town where the game is focused around. That might make it difficult for those new to the genre to grasp and appreciate. When all is said and done, I give this game an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more.